2022 has been a great year for technological advancements as we've been introduced to groundbreaking technologies such as the metaverse. However, even after these inventions, the tech industry is still striving to sustain its stocks as the Nasdaq Composite is down 23% for the year after soaring 21% in 2021. There are many possible reasons why tech stocks are plummeting in 2022, and we'll be discussing that in today's video. Now before we begin, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. In 2012, while the United States was recovering from the Great Recession, the tech industry started to grow exponentially. The government had announced interest rates that were closer to zero, which was the breakthrough the tech industry needed. Interest rates and tech stocks have an interesting relationship. Tech stocks grow significantly whenever the interest rate is low. This is because the yield from tech stocks becomes higher as the cost of production grows lower, which in return increases net profit. Taking note of this opportunity, major tech companies like Facebook and Twitter went public and started offering their stocks on the Nasdaq Composite. During this time, smartphones and cloud technology started becoming more popular, which allowed companies to generate higher amounts of profit and fueled the growth for the tech industry. The tech industry grew exponentially, outshining every other sector in the decade. Tech companies started expanding their workforce by hiring more employees to evenly distribute the workflow. Let's take Facebook as an example. In 2012, Facebook had a total of 4,619 employees, and by the end of 2019, Facebook had a combined team of 44,942 employees. A major contributor to this success was the increased use of smartphones. During the 2010s decade, a lot of us shifted from using computers to smartphones. Social media was at its boom at that time, as between the years 2010 and 2019, it grew from 970 million to 3.48 billion social media users. This exponential growth attracted investors to the tech industry as everyone wanted to take a piece of that pie. Now, everything went smoothly for the tech industry until 2020 hit, and then we were welcomed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the stay-at-home orders, people were restricted to their homes and were told to practice social distancing. Since everyone was stuck at home, the use of technology started to grow as people shifted from physical activities to virtual platforms. For example, instead of going to school, students were taking their lectures at their homes on platforms like Zoom. Social media use also increased as people would connect with their friends through Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp instead of meeting them physically. This shift helped the tech industry thrive in the pandemic, where stocks of other industries were devaluing significantly. Moreover, the United States government announced stimulus checks and lower interest rates to help the economy recover from the pandemic. This allowed tech companies to borrow money at a lower borrowing cost, which helped them to reach their peak in 2020 and 2021. These benefits given by the government helped tech giants like Apple, Amazon, and Facebook increase their market capitalization prices significantly. As of 2022, Google, Amazon, Apple, Meta, and Microsoft stocks are down 19, 31, 13, 38, and 17% respectively. These tech companies, however, are some of the more fortunate ones, as stocks of Netflix and Shopify have dropped 65 and 70% of their value in 2021. Now here, a question arises. If everything was going in favor of the tech industry, then why are all the tech stocks plummeting? Why are companies like Meta, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google seeing a record drop in their stock values even though they haven't compromised their services? Reason number 1. Increased interest rates. While tech companies were enjoying this growth, certain analysts were concerned that these companies might not be able to keep up with the exploding growth as inflation was just around the corner. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell came up with a solution of increasing interest rates to fight inflation. He believed that high inflation is a severe threat to achieving maximum employment and should be dealt with at its earliest. This statement by Powell created chaos in the tech industry as investors started becoming more concerned about the future of their tech stocks. The swift rise in interest rates has forced investors to reconsider whether their tech stocks that flourished during the low interest rate period would prosper in a high interest rate environment. The uncertainty and flurry of question marks are one reason flourishing tech stocks have started to fall significantly as the tech stocks yielded lower returns due to the higher cost of borrowing. The CEO of Bowersock Capital Partners, Emily Bowersock-Hill, while analyzing the situation, explained, "Investors who look into the future and hold on to tech companies with growth potential aren't receiving much cash flow. That's what happens when interest rates go up. The value of a company's growth declines." Reason 2. Lack of earnings. If rising interest rates weren't enough, the tech industry was bombarded with another critical challenge due to inflation: decreasing revenues. the high inflation in the United States has significantly reduced the buying power of consumers, due to which consumers and companies aren't spending much on tech. Companies like Google, Facebook, and Twitter, which rely on ad revenues, are facing a lot of problems as companies are now spending less on advertisements. Things got even worse for these companies when Apple launched a new privacy feature that restricts applications from tracking their activities of users. This feature gives social media companies a hard time targeting ads to customers. Due to this feature, companies have suffered huge losses as they had to spend extra amounts to effectively target ads to the customers. Reason number 3. War in Ukraine. In 2022, the tech industry was bombarded with another challenge in the form of the Ukraine war. The ongoing crisis between Russia and Ukraine has led to severe economic uncertainty in countries across the globe. Multinational companies have ceased their businesses in Russia, which has heavily impacted their revenue. Russia was a key target market for major tech companies like Netflix, which lost almost 1 million subscribers after it halted its services in the country. This resulted in Netflix's stock value decreasing significantly. As per the current analysis, we cannot tell when the tech stocks will bounce back and regain their value. Some analysts believe that this might be temporary and the tech industry could recover in a few years, whereas some analysts believe that it could take a lot longer time. In conclusion, tech stocks could bounce back, and they should, but there are so many forces working against them that the only safe bet right now is more tumult. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Let us know in the comments section what you think about tech stocks and whether you'll be selling or holding them. While you're on your way down there, give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Till then, have a nice day, and we'll see you soon with another video.